The United States continues to build up military assets around Venezuela, and this growing presence is sending a clear and deliberate signal to the region and the world. Warships, surveillance aircraft, and joint exercises with neighboring countries are not random movements. They represent calculated steps in a broader strategy aimed at pressure, deterrence, and influence. Every deployment carries a message that Washington is watching closely and is prepared to act if its interests are challenged. This military buildup is closely tied to long-standing tensions between the U.S. government and the Venezuelan leadership. Political instability, disputed elections, and accusations of authoritarian rule have kept relations strained for years. By strengthening its military posture nearby, the United States is reinforcing its stance against policies it considers a threat to democracy and regional stability. Energy politics also play a major role in this escalation. Venezuela holds one of the largest proven oil reserves in the world, and control over energy routes in the Caribbean and northern South America remains strategically vital. A stronger U.S. military footprint ensures leverage in a region where global powers are competing for influence and access to resources. From Washington's perspective, these actions are framed as defensive and preventive. Officials argue that increased patrols and cooperation with allies are necessary to combat drug trafficking, organized crime, and potential security risks spilling across borders. In this narrative, military assets are portrayed not as tools of aggression, but as guardians of order and balance. However, for Venezuela, the buildup is seen very differently. It is perceived as intimidation and a direct threat to sovereignty. Venezuelan leaders have repeatedly condemned the presence of U.S. forces, claiming it fuels instability and increases the risk of confrontation rather than promoting peace. The wider region is watching carefully. Neighboring countries are caught between cooperation with the United States and concerns about being drawn into a larger conflict. Any miscalculation, any unexpected incident could escalate tensions and affect millions of people across Latin America. Internationally, the situation adds another layer to global geopolitical rivalry. Other major powers observe U.S. actions around Venezuela as part of a broader pattern of military positioning worldwide. What happens in the Caribbean does not stay in the Caribbean. It influences alliances, diplomacy, and global power dynamics. As the buildup continues, the path forward remains uncertain. Whether this show of force leads to negotiations, reforms, or deeper confrontation depends on decisions made in Washington, Caracas, and beyond. One thing is clear: the increasing military presence around Venezuela has turned the region into a critical focal point of modern geopolitics.